Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. Today we're taking a look at the Hammerli TAC R1 22C. This rifle came with one 20-round magazine. Now this thing belongs to my buddy Steve, and he realized that one magazine wouldn't be enough, so he picked up a few more. Now, 10-round magazines and 30-round magazines are also available for this rifle. And in some cases, the rifle will ship with 10-round magazines, depending on the location and what the laws are there. First impression of these magazines is that they are very well made. The thumb assist is really nice. It's ambidextrous, and just makes the magazines really easy to load. Alright, so this is the first time that I've had a chance to put any kind of real round count through this carbine. And these pretty much are the first rounds through it. I fired the first shot through this rifle in that last video I did with the gel block test. And that was all this rifle had been fired. Now this morning I came down and just roughly zeroed it off the bench. Now this is not a rifle that I want to shoot off the bench. I just wanted to get it roughly zeroed and use the bench to do that. This is a rifle that makes you want to get up and move around and shoot. It seems like the federal book pack. That's important to me. I don't want a rifle like this that's meant to put a lot of rounds down range and have fun with to be required to run something like CCI mini mags just to function. So it does seem to like the federal book pack. Haven't had a single hang up yet, and seems to shoot it fairly accurately. The downside I've noticed is this trigger feels extremely heavy to me. Way heavier than it should need to be. I'm guessing I've got a dummy round in this magazine, or a snap cap I should say, in this magazine. And I'm guessing this trigger to be 9 pounds plus, no less than 9 pounds. I've got my scale down here. I've got the snap cap in the chamber. I don't like to dry fire a rim fire, especially one that belongs to somebody else, without a snap cap in it. I've got my trigger pull gauge. The gun is in the fire position. Let's see, I'll keep this gun pointed in a safe direction while I do this pull. Wow. 11 pounds, 8 ounces. Wow. No wonder I felt like my trigger finger was getting a workout. That's a little bit excessive to me. Now this gun is brand new. Maybe that'll lighten up some as we shoot it, but a little bit disappointed in that trigger pull. Let's do that one more time just to make sure. Get that snap cap loaded back up just to make sure that wasn't an anomaly. My scale is zeroed out, pointed in a safe direction. The scale only goes to 12 pounds, so it's telling me that it is over what the scale is capable of measuring. So we're talking about 11 or 12 pound trigger here. That's it's pretty disgusting. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's not a terrible trigger. It breaks reliably, predictably. Not like it's spongy or creepy or anything like that. It's just incredibly heavy. All right, so it's later in the evening. I've got the other camera out here now. My son and I today went ahead and put this entire box of Federal 36 grain copper plated hollow points through that gun. Didn't have a single failure to do anything. Didn't have a single malfunction. So take that for what you will. This is the only type of ammo that we shot through it today. But still, to get through an entire brick without a single malfunction, that's fairly impressive. So we're looking at the Hammerli TAC R1 22C. This thing is made in Germany by Walther, I believe. See if it says on here anywhere. Didn't bring my readers down here with me. Hammerli Arms, Fort Smith. Here it is. Made in Germany by Umarex. So I think Umarex is the parent company of Walther. So probably made side by side with that HK 416 22 long rifle that I did a review on a while back. The reason I say that is there's a lot of similarities between the two. There's a few differences as well, but very similar rifles. These things have aluminum upper and lower receivers, which makes the gun feel, for lack of a better term, more real. I've got a M&P 1522. Love that little rifle. It's a sweet shooting little rifle, but it doesn't really feel like a rifle. It feels like feels very Mattel-ish or toyish. This does not feel like a toy whatsoever. It feels like you're holding an AR-15. Now, it looks and functions a lot like an AR-15, but don't get it confused. It is not an AR. You can't take an AR-15 upper and attach it to this lower, and you can't put this upper on an AR-15 lower. It's not going to work. The hole spacing is different. Everything's set up different. The trigger mechanism, all that stuff is completely different. I'll show that to you if I can push these pins out. This gun being new, I've got that 22 snap cap to use as a tool to push these pins out. They are not captured, so be careful not to lose those. Go ahead and remove that magazine. So as you can see, it takes apart just like an AR-15, but also everything's different. All that trigger mechanism is completely different. The hole spacing's different. It's just you couldn't put this upper on an AR and expect it to work. You just couldn't put it on there. The holes are all, it won't line up for you. One thing I noticed on this one, it's got the flash hider, but it's also got the half 28 adapter. So you've got your half 28 threads there if you wanted to run something else besides your flash hider. And then, now normally you'd need a wrench to do this. I had this pre-loosened, and it comes with a little wrench that fits it. I had this pre-loosened to show you here on the video, but that's just your adapter and barrel tensioner for your half 28 threads. And also it keeps tension on this barrel. This is not really the barrel, it's just a faux barrel. Your barrel is actually, let me see, I need to pull this handle out. Give that a little tap. This is actually your barrel. This stuff is just for looks. This is your barrel and your upper receiver mechanism, your bolt. It actually, one thing I like about these is it has you can adjust the bolt speed. Counterclockwise will speed it up if you want to shoot subsonics, where you can tighten it down and put more pressure on that spring, on that bolt spring, and if you want to shoot like hyper velocity ammunition in it. So you've got some tunability there. If you're wanting to run subsonics through a suppressor, you can kind of tune that, or whatever, for whatever load you're trying to run through it. There's your barrel, 16.1 inches. Takes apart and looks identical to that HK 416. Again, they're probably made side by side in the same factory. Now this one does have the M-LOK 13-inch M-LOK handguard. It's got M-LOK on 3 sides, bottom and both sides. Picatinny along the top, flat top. Does come with these nice little flip-up sights. I like those sights. They work very well. Now Steve had some accessories on here. He had a thumb stop, and he had a red dot sight on here, but I took those off. I wanted to show you guys the rifle like this is because that's the way it comes out of the box, and when I do a review, I like to show you guys the way they come out of the box. Put our pins back in. Oh, I put that one in the wrong place. The long one actually goes in the front, and the short one goes in the rear. So there we go, we're back together. It does have a 5-position stop. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got 5 positions there. I like it with it all the way extended. Of course, depending on your height and frame, you might like it shorter. You can remove this by pressing. If you press really hard, you'll get an extra click there, and you can remove this. And I'm sure you could put just a regular mil-spec AR-15 stock on here. Not 100% certain. I don't have one laying around here to try, but I would think it would work. Don't hold me to that. Same thing with the pistol grip. It looks like an AR-15 pistol grip, but if I look up inside of it, it looks different. There's something protruding inside the pistol grip. It looks like part of the trigger mechanism or something. So not so sure you could change that out. Also, I don't think you'd need to. This grip really feels good. It has a nice texture to it, and so does this. I don't think you would really need to change this out either. It's got QD mount holes, one on each side of the handguard. Then you've got your sling holes here, here, and here. This hole here will not accept, it's on either side, it will not accept a QD mount, but you've got these slots here for your sling, and then your 2 QD mounts up front. It does have a forward assist button on the side, but that's just for looks, doesn't do anything. Also has the bolt release on the side that's just for looks, that doesn't do anything. To release the bolt, just pull back on the charging handle. If you've got a magazine with rounds in it, it'll let the bolt come forward. Also, if there's no magazine in it, it'll let the bolt come forward. If you've got an empty magazine in it, it has an automatic bolt catch that will lock the bolt back. Did want to mention that. Great little rifle, other than my one complaint being the trigger. Other than that, great little rifle. But that's really about all I've got to say about it, having this little bit of experience with it. Be nice to have, shoot it for a year or so and then get back with you guys, but it's not my gun, so I'll be returning it to Steve this week sometime. We appreciate him for sending this over. We appreciate all he's done for the channel. He's helped me out a lot. So I guess that being said, thank you guys for watching, hanging out with me for a little while. Appreciate you guys that have subscribed, and appreciate you guys that are helping over on Patreon. You guys make a world of difference. I try to give you guys all the praise I can, because without you guys, I wouldn't be out here in this heat doing these videos. You guys keep me motivated, you know. When I don't feel like doing a video, I look and I'm like, man, there's people out there that are willing to support me doing this, and it just motivates me to get out here and keep trucking along. Of course, once I get out here, it's all fun and games anyway. But that's how it is. So that's all I've got, and I'll talk with you guys again soon.